empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone.
If you love Lego products, you'll love Bricks and Minifigs in Crest Hill. At Bricks and Minifigs in Crest Hill, you'll find a huge selection of hard-to-find and retired Lego sets, bricks, and minifigures. Bricks and Minifigs specializes in Lego product that can't be found at any of the big box stores. They're great for your kids or your kid at heart. They can even host your next birthday party or special event. Bricks and Minifigs on the southeast corner of Weber and Renwick Roads in Crest Hill. The best place to get Lego for less. Find them on Facebook or visit bricksandminifigs.com.
BAM fans, how's it going?
Hello, everybody.
Dave and Ryan joining you here from Bricks and Minifigs Crest Hill. If you guys are in the chat, just let us know you're here. Hi, Sarah, how's it going? Mr. Matt Thomas from BAM Corporate's watching. How's it going, Matt?
How you doing?
We got a few things going on today. We've got our letter M winners that we have picked for you guys. We've got a new letter that we're going to be picking today. As well as Dave's got a brand new mech to show us.
Yeah, it's that special one I've been talking about, the one with no head. I do have the head for it. It's very simple. But I want to be able to talk about that later on and have you guys guess why I made this and like what it's really for. Ryan hasn't even gone over it yet with me.
Nope.
So
I can see it, but I have no idea.
Right, he can see it, but he has no idea. He's nothing. He just sees it and he doesn't even know like how intricate this one is. Like, there's a lot of really fun details to this. Fix it this morning. 2 of my parts are cracked. Come on. But I mean, they're easy. It's just
we've been seeing a lot of those cracked parts lately.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, you know what I noticed yesterday is, you know how we get yellow bricks in, like white bricks get yellow because of the sun. I don't think it's just the sun. So I had this like old toy sitting in an old box.
It's UV lights. Any UV, whether it's outside or inside.
That's weird because so I have this old little ship that's been sitting in this box for years. It hasn't come out. And a while back I took it out and I was looking at it and I was like, why is this yellow? It's been sitting in this dark box for years. And I was looking at it yesterday and I was like, I still don't get why it's yellow. So I wonder, there has to be some kind of chemical imbalance thing when it comes to white plastic and molding for certain toys like Lego.
No, well, I mean, if you think about it, plastic is, or not plastic, Lego is made with ABS, and ABS is very, very closely related to PVC. So if you like ever see the PVC in your house, it's always white unless you dirty it. ABS is the same way.
Okay.
So ABS will always stay white unless it's affected by UV light.
Yeah, I don't know. There was something about this. Maybe there's a different chemical in this toy I had because I was looking at it and it's like, why is this yellow? But it was like, it looked like a Lego piece got hit with sun. And I was like, I don't know why. This thing's been sitting in a dark place for years. So that doesn't make any sense to me.
And speaking of yellow bricks, if you guys have any yellow bricks at home, there are ways you can fix that. We've been testing a few different ways here. And we've actually gotten a lot of brick, even old 40-year-old brick, to turn bright white again. So
Matt says it's the Palmer degeneration. So
yeah,
thank you. I appreciate that.
There's definitely some things scientifically that go on with it, but
yeah,
a little bit of hydrogen peroxide and some good UV light and some heat.
Yeah, I'm sure if I soaked that, it'd be nice, but I don't remember wreck any of the other color on it either. But
yeah, and you guys can check out a lot of those videos on YouTube, especially. There's a lot of people that do a lot of retro restoration stuff with video games and consoles and stuff like that too, and PC parts. Same thing works for Lego. It's a little product they call Retro Bright, which is pretty good. But here we just mostly do a lot of hydrogen peroxide, and believe it or not, we use Clairol hair products that are
Yeah, it works really
activator or
well.
something like that.
Like, you did it on a lot of old vintage white parts, even the ones that are like engraved, and they came out pristine.
Yeah,
It was
perfect.
like way better. They looked way better that way than they did when they were first purchased, like a decade or two ago.
Yeah.
Like we were looking at that, you were concerned that the printing
would get torn off.
would get messed up. It turns out most of the old stuff was engraved, so it was like,
Yeah, we found
holy
out that
cow.
a lot of the sets that are about 43 years old actually have a little bit of engraving done and like an enamel paint filler as opposed to just a standard print of newer brick. So it definitely works on the old stuff, but I would still be a little cautious of trying to do a white part with new things. Get it next time. It's pretty loud. These mics are sensitive. But anyway, we were asked by Aubrey, how are we doing? We're doing pretty good. All things considered, it's been we're like in a gloomy spell again, where it's always shady and rain outside.
It's been a rough 2-3 weeks. The weather hasn't been 100% great. A lot of the days have been crummy, especially with the rain, cloudy, and everything. These seasons are ridiculous. I mean, what last week we had snow, right? Last week, so it's like this weather is just probably just as crummy as some of us feel being stuck at home. So it's like, oh well, and then
I knocked you out of mine and vice versa, so it's a little bit easier to tell.
Okay. Like, wait a second, do we have another problem?
Yeah, no, they can still hear us.
Like, no. But yeah, it's been kind of difficult. I'm sure a lot of you understand. So we did hear that I think we talked about it yesterday that the president announced things going till the 30th of April. So a lot of people starting back at work at May 1st.
As we speak right now, Governor Pritzker is on probably every news channel in the Chicagoland area, or Illinois area, letting everybody know that our shelter at home has now been pushed to April 30th. So we will be sheltered and stuck solitary, or I guess duality confinement here.
Yeah, I mean, this is my second home as of all this.
I spend more time here than I do at my house.
That's your decision.
Hey, I'm working on the business, man.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm here too.
So, but yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything about anything going on with the store, with life, with stuff going on with the coronavirus, let us know. Signing the executive order tomorrow. Yes. Thank you, Sarah. She's still watching it for us, so we don't have to. Yeah, so we're definitely going to be staying at home for another 30 days from today. So we have one more month from today. That we can finally get out. And we definitely want to see all of you here. You know, come and join us. In the meantime, we do have a link to our new online e-store in the description as well. Please check it out. We've got a ton. We probably have over 120 sets on there now. New sets, retired sets. We got new sets.
2 hours here yesterday after we were done.
It's been a while.
You were just
typing, data entry,
2, 3,
stuff I used to do back in school all the time.
3, 4.
So be sure to check that out. We also have our YouTube channel up. I just got all the way up through yesterday's, I think, video is all the way up there now, so it's all updated. I think we've got about 12,
I did see our
12 or 15 videos up there now. So
goofy faces up on YouTube. So
yeah, we're up to 27 subscribers now. Come on.
Yeah, keep it up.
Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and check it out here.
Like I'll be on YouTube and I'll just pass our video in the process now, and I just see our odd-looking faces because that's where the camera starts. So we have this weird look on our face like every single time. It's
I also spent some time today going through the YouTube tags. So we had a bunch of tags there too, so it should be a little easier to find us now. So we should have that going on. But anyway, we're gonna get right to today's always daily.
The letter M.
Alpha Brick Builds competition. Which again, for some reason, hasn't been updated since I updated it earlier. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the kids. Aubrey, the bows are not here yet. It is something that's gonna take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Let me just go back to this.
Yeah,
real quick.
We need to.
We are working with Jessica to get those bows or to get those bows here in store. And what our I guess selling method is going to be, whether we're going to be doing it in store only or online or both, or how it's going to work.
We're definitely going to have to figure out like packaging and stuff too, because like we said yesterday, she's going to need time to.
Yeah, she just started this whole thing, but we definitely want to be in the door with her.
We're going to
help support her and have especially for you guys. We're also working on making it something that only Bricks and Minifigs will carry. We're also coming up. I've been talking with Jessica back and forth too. about possibly having some unique bows specifically for us that have a little bit more Lego brick and stuff in them.
Special.
So it's gonna be some special stuff. Yeah, some unique things.
So we need time. So
Yep.
just be patient with us. I mean, we're gonna be here another month, so maybe by the end of the month,
Hopefully by then we'll definitely have them here.
she'll be so confined at her home, she's got like 1,000 or so ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we'll definitely invite her back onto the show to show them off to you guys, and we'll have
Which
talk.
I think
Hopefully,
would be nice.
hopefully all of our settings will work. We've got everything running like pristine right now. We're doing full 60 frames a second right now.
Rate I see it there.
We had zero lost frames in the last 4 days. So we're
on a roll
as far as getting our settings and stuff set up. So
so thank you again for being patient, and just being with us during this whole thing we got going on here and what's going on out there in the world. So thank you.
Yep. So anyway, we're getting back to our alpha brick build. Today is letter M. That was due in today by 1 o'clock. We had 17 kid entries today, and I believe 4 adult entries.
4 adults.
So we're gonna get started with the kid entries here. You guys can check out the slideshow that we've got set up here. And I hopefully fixed all the pictures, so they're all going to be upright. I know some of you guys are still sending vertical pictures, and we have to kind of rotate them and play with them a little bit. So we've got a maze up here right now. We've got a mermaid. It's on the screen right now. I try to keep them up for a little bit so you can actually see all the pictures. We've got a merry-go-round, so that you guys can see them for a little while as well, but not take forever to go through them. This one here is actually submitted as a Mind Flare, but I think they meant Mind Flayer from Stranger Things. So if you happen to be watching and submitted that one, I'm pretty sure you meant Mind Flayer, Flayer. But if not, my mistake.
Yeah, it's okay. It still looks cool.
But we definitely had a lot of cool builds. We had a lot of monsters, monster-related things. We had a really cool little mushroom that was submitted. We had a couple of mazes, movie theaters. Surprisingly, no motorcycles.
Yeah, no motorcycles.
I was surprised.
No magic. No magic cars.
Yeah, our magic cat. Maybe
magic cat with a rabbit
like
coming out of it.
We had. Trying to think. We had no monkeys.
No monkeys.
Or microphones. We always have microphones here. There's a lot of different things that we thought were going to come through, but actually never showed up. So we're kind of surprised, but happily, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and show up what we turn this off real quick. Oh no, our mushroom turned sideways again. Hold on. You guys keep watching these little photos here. I'm just going to fix this. One of these images got messed up. All right. So our top 3 choices today are the market from Gavin, a mushroom from Rachel, and the merry-go-round from Madison W. As if you guys have tuned in the last few episodes, there's a few different Madison submitting things. I think 3 of them. So we've been added on a last initial to help separate them out. So these were the top 3 that we chose today. And then my wife at home, Sarah, she helped us decide, because we did have to go with extra judges today to make sure we could break some ties.
Gotta make it fair for everybody.
Okay, gotta make it fair. So anyway, Dave, do you want to
announce the winner? Sure.
Yes,
Drum roll is ready. And we're going with the mushroom from Rachel.
Congratulations, Rachel.
Rachel, we love this.
Awesome.
And,
it reminded me of like Toadstool's house from Super Mario.
Okay.
But it was a cool little, just because of the little door, the little window there, because she used those round castle pieces there.
Yeah, and then it looks like it opens.
It might. There's a little hinge on the top. Yeah, I saw that too.
I think it's shifted over, so I don't think it opens.
Yeah, but either way, it was cool. It was a nice little build. Thank you for everybody who submitted again. We had a lot of fun. I do also like Gavin's Market. He has so much that's in there. Put in a lot of different shops and all the little characters and stuff there. Madison did this little merry-go-round. She included one of the new the collectible minifig series giraffe figures there.
Some ice cream.
And I was actually really impressed because I could tell by looking at this that it actually works. It does spin around, and she's got those was it the CV axles connecting all the joints that actually will all swing out and stuff as she spins it.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of swing around a little bit, so that was really cool.
I like those.
So, congratulations, Rachel, for that one. And then we also have some adult ones that we are going to show you. So these were the 4 adult submissions here. We've got a mailbox. And I apologize for the size. It's just what this app is doing here. It's crazy. We've got a memory game, which I thought was actually really creative.
Yeah, very creative. I like that one.
We've got a meteorite crash. And a milkshake. Those are the 4 from today.
Yeah, so we had some really cool, very inventive designs.
Yeah. And I like seeing that everybody's kind of doing something different. It's not something that's crazy detailed. Some of them are just very simplistic. Some of them have really good building techniques, all sorts of different ranges from everywhere. So our top 3 choices for the adults, and again, this software hates these photos. Yelling at me. Oops. Yeah, I'm just going to blow this other one back up here. Oh, that's weird. I apologize, guys. Some of these photos got changed when I tried to save it there. There we go. So, for these 3, we did also choose a winner as well, of course. So for this one, we decided to go with Dave. Dave had an awesome little meteorite crash. It had the nice little quarter round top curves to create that crash look as the dirt is folding over itself in like the waveform.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Which is really cool. But we do like Aubrey. Actually, Aubrey is Dave's wife. And submitted this awesome working mailbox with a little letter inside as well. And it was kind of funny because we noticed later on that they actually used the exact same base plate and they built on opposite corners, which was kind of funny. And then Nikki with her memory game. Out of all the different things that we've done here at the store, I never thought about making a memory game. So that's cool.
Like as soon as I saw that, I was like, that one right there. I like that one. That's perfect.
Yeah. It was really cool. I liked it a lot. So good job, guys. Thank you for those submissions. But then, per yesterday, Dave gets the next few spins.
Yeah, I get the next 3 spins.
We have to let Dave
3 of them spins.
Do the spin for the next letter. So who's excited about seeing the next letter for tomorrow?
I can't do the next 3. That's not how that works. You just got to do one, then tomorrow, another one, then tomorrow.
We have a family thing in our house. Oh, thank you so much, Dave. Lego needs to be, personally, and it's not just because I own a business, Lego should be definitely involved, I think, in everybody's life at least some point or another.
Yeah, definitely.
Whether it's a kid and you get to play with blocks, like what kid doesn't like to play with blocks and stack things up and knock them down? I mean, that's what my oldest son did for like 5 years. Just build blocks and knock them down. But I think it definitely gives you a nice range of color, creativity, learning how to build simple things to some complex things. There's a lot of designers out there that use it for rough models, for even huge, large-scale things. Yeah. There's artists like Jessica Ragsey, who is making also different art out of Lego or with Lego as a medium. And some people are just world-renowned and selling their parts, their pieces for $20,000 to $80,000 to $100,000, just made out of some Lego. So it's definitely could be a lifestyle choice for sure.
Yeah, why not? I mean, we have fun with it every day. I've seen tons of different kinds of people all over who have utilized Lego in their life. I mean, it's incredible to see what they do, and so a lot of people, like for me, for me, a lot of times growing up, I didn't really talk about me having Lego.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are scared,
kept it on the
say
side.
that they like Lego.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even that. It's just like maybe there was a little bit of it, but growing up, it was like, why are you still playing with Lego? It's like,
well, I think for me as an '80s kid growing up, I mean, I was super into GI Joe and stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But then exactly. as I got old enough to play with my own toys instead of my brothers, it was mostly Power Rangers. So good old Mighty Morphin, the OGs. And I remember for a while I was like, oh my gosh, you watched that? Like, what is that? And then all of a sudden, Power Rangers is on season 29 or something like that right now. And not even that, but it was basically like a live action anime that came out of Japan. And now anime is huge everywhere. And
Right.
so it's like, man, it's like we were way ahead of the curve back in the 90s. You need a number challenge to 10, and you would need to make 10 or 9 builds. Yeah, we'll have to see about that.
That's
We'll talk.
interesting.
We'll see what
We'll
happens.
think about it.
All
But
right.
yeah, it was so weird growing up, like with Lego. So it's like you don't really talk about Lego now, or you didn't really talk about Lego back then as part of a hobby or a recreational kind of thing. But nowadays, it's like more and more people come to find out about that, and they're like, "Oh, I was
I think
wrong."
it's the whole thing about people judging things they haven't tried yet.
That too, but it was
And
like
I think
they
it changes
didn't.
a lot of people's minds.
People
with this.
don't know.
Yeah.
This is for everything. People don't know what they don't know, and when they find out about that stuff they didn't know before, it's like a whole game changer for
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
Whether they get into that topic, item, whatever, or not, if they just hear or see about it, it expresses and it advances their mind. Expands their horizon, as people say. So.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and pick the next letter for today. That's gonna be due in tomorrow, 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Via Facebook message or email to us at cresthill@bricksandminifigs.com. Try to, if you can, at all possible, try to make sure that you take your photo sideways like this, not like this. Try to do it like this. It makes life easier. The software that we're using right now has this weird thing about trying to flip it sideways like in its native format. So it's all
Surprisingly, it's been
stuff.
one or the other way. It's not on like a diagonal way. So
Yeah, thanks for not making them
Thank you.
crazy.
But yes.
Even though I can fix that too, but it all takes time because when the submissions get in by 1 o'clock, it takes me usually around 45 minutes to get all the photos in, renamed, and then put back in to our system. So under the right folders and stuff.
Not to
then we
mention
still have to import it in here, and then we have to still vote on them all and get it into the system. So it does take a while between that 1 o'clock entry time and the 3 o'clock.
Yeah, so you guys getting it at 1 o'clock gives us that extra hour or so to go over it. You guys are getting them in before 1 o'clock, like the night before, like tonight.
Yeah, but spend some time.
Don't
have it done in like 20 minutes.
Of course, yeah. We don't want you to rush it. But the sooner you get it into us, the better. But we're not saying get it into us like ASAP, like 10 minutes after we show you the new letter. We're not saying that. But, the more we have, the quicker it goes, and then the better we can be about showing off what you guys build for us.
Yep.
And
Alrighty. You ready to pick the new letter?
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Yeah, you silenced it. Click.
I didn't. That's just being weird right now.
Click.
All right. And it stops. Letter F.
Letter
F is in
F.
Frank.
Okay.
Letter F is the winner. F. Trying hard. So letter F is today's letter for the day.
Okay. Went from M to F.
M to F. Yeah, there's not many left. I mean, we're on. We got what, 12 left?
12 left.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11 left. Oh, yeah, 11 left. Yep, right, 11 left. Today's 15.
Holy cow.
So
11
we're getting there.
more.
F or X. F is in Frank.
Frank.
Figaro.
Friends.
There you
I'm
go.
not saying
F for
anymore.
friends. There you go.
Yeah. F for friends. There you go.
And by the way, because F starts with friends, let's try not to build anything and call it the Friends Museum or the
Don't do that.
Friends House. Let's try to stick away from that. And I know there was some confusion the other day about our letter S that won. The reason why we chose that, again, was because of the seasons that were done on it, not the fact that it was the shape of an S.
Yeah.
We don't want anybody to just make the letter F out of like just 6 bricks and say, hey, this is letter F.
Yeah. Because that's boring. It's just the letter. Like, I can make it right now. I don't even have to look at it. But
So just a small clarification. So
we
anyway,
did it because it was creative that the S was the canvas, I guess you could say, and then she put the
Well, most of all the
seasons
seasons that
on
were
the
on it,
bricks.
yeah.
The seasons on the bricks is what we really liked, and now it transitioned. Not because it was in the shape of an S.
Yep. So who's ready to see one of Dave's new mechs? I know Dave's been showing off. He had his sextuplets of AIM mechs that he had the other day, and then Christopher's been brought in some of his other ones.
One second.
I have a friend's meter. Funny, Dave. Doesn't count. You can't just swap your characters out for friends. No mini dolls. He said,
And no, you can't show off the Friends sitcom set either. That
no,
doesn't count.
Yeah, that's got to be a thing too. Yeah.
That's still a Lego set.
Yeah, let's try to avoid any pre-made official Lego sets. Yeah, but that's a good call, though.
Friends, meteorite crack.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, oh yeah. He knows we're joking. We're joking. Stop.
I don't want to
All
talk about it because it's like I'm gonna give you an idea
All
and
right.
then you're gonna do it.
So we're gonna go ahead and show off Dave's
first,
new mech here today.
Don't show the camera over here. Hold on. Focus. Okay.
You just look right here.
So this is the one I've been talking about, where it's very special to me. I worked many years on this. Beforehand, it was small. I used a lot of not bionicle, a lot of droid parts, so the bodies, the arms, and then when some of the newer stuff came out, where it's the more like technical droid arms, where you could like put something into the hand and it still had the C clip and it's got this little bend and arch. So I used quite a bit of those. I didn't really use a lot of plates or bricks. It was just kind of whatever I had in those pieces I really wanted to use, because the idea back then was to make some kind of robot utilizing just those like strict parts to see how well it'll come together. So over the years, I've messed with it and I've gotten a few ideas of how to expand it, and it's been kind of hard because a lot of it has been fragile and stuff. And then, like, for those of you who know the droid arms and stuff, those things break. Like the little C clip for the droid arm, they break all the time. So the more you mess with them, the more fragile they get. Now Lego's gotten better with their product, of course, but that was kind of hard too, because then like I'll have something made and then an arm will break, and it's like, well, this holds up this part. I need another arm to hold here.
Mm-hmm.
So this one does not have a head, but I brought the head to show you. But the idea I want for this is I want everybody on the chat here, I want you guys to guess what I built this for. I want you to just throw out a name of something that, you know, what does this look like to you guys? Because I want to get your input on the build. So there's a lot of creativity when it comes to this build. There's some intricate techniques that I used of spreading it out a little bit, having certain things hold together. So I'm gonna have Ryan use the camera, and we're gonna go bottom up,
Okay.
and I want you to do it slow so they could see what I did with some of it, and then we'll do the back half on the sides. So I want you guys to get a whole panoramic view of what this looks like on the camera, and then we'll get into what you guys think I did.
Oh, and side note, if Matt Thomas is still watching, that is the Libra back there. We had fun with it.
Yeah,
just before if he's still in here, I'm sure he's gonna mention like, hey, is it the Libra back there? Yes, that is the Libraman back there.
Yeah, that Libraman is awesome.
We had some fun with it.
Go.
I don't want to show too much. I don't want to show.
Yeah. Well, we showed it off in a video before. So.
Right, I know, but I don't want to show your mouth.
Yeah, no. So I hope you guys are excited. Again, this is my first time showing it to the public, anyone. Like my brother has seen it, but nobody else has seen it. So it's going to be Ryan's first time, so I kind of want Ryan's input on it too, what his mindset is on it. And I hope you guys are excited. I know I've been talking about this a lot, and I appreciate everybody who's been liking my robots so far. And I have several big ones to show off in this next week. So this is the start of how big and more intricate they get. Some of them are not as intricate. Some of them are Lego sets that I just revamped. So
okay.
Here we go. So we'll do bottom, top, and then I'll flip it. We'll do bottom, top, so they can see the back.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
You guys ready?
All right. And then, again, if you guys have any questions or comments about the mech or anything else, please let us know. And then we'll get through this. And then also, please make sure you guys check out our new e-store. Available in the description. We've got a lot of products we want to get rid of. Your guys' help will help keep us here as a small mom and pop shop. We're counting on you guys to help us out at the same time. And through all these hard times, we're all in it together.
Yes,
so,
of course.
Anyway, Dave.
So
let's see what you got.
So lower the camera.
Yep.
So we'll do toe to head.
We're gonna go all the way to the table here.
Okay. So that way you guys can see.
Out of focus and out of mind.
Get this looks.
All right. You guys ready? Try to get this in focus here.
Yeah. Let it get focused, and then.
There we go. Perfect.
There we go.
It feels like I need like some epic music here. Dun, 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 dun. So do we have any guesses at all what this might be?
Yeah, you guys
Or what are you
take some
trying to ask?
guesses.
What it was based off of? Or
Um,
I like this right there. That's cool. As Dave was talking about, he was using those droid parts. Let's see if we can get this to focus.
like a rib
here.
cage.
Come on, focus. Try to focus in the background. I don't want background.
I think you're too close.
Just kidding.
Back up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but it's focusing on. There we go.
There we go.
Really cool artwork and stuff. Dave says, "Whoa!" I don't know if he was talking about your bot or my music. I'm just kidding.
All right, so I'm gonna flip it around. You guys can see the back.
I'm gonna go back down to the feet. Refocused here. Here we go. That's about a good distance. About 6 inches. Yeah. I got a steady hand. Look at that. All those red arms on top, too.
That's what I'm saying. Like some of those cracked over time, so it was really tricky.
Yeah,
But again, this was way smaller. It didn't have as many bricks and stuff with it.
Those aren't necessarily bot arms, but those are definitely arms that people have used for robots. I almost feel like I need to get one of those lights over here.
They should be able to see how the arms are. Like I said, it's very
cool. Dave says Gundam ?
No, it's not Gundam base. I could kind of see where you would get that idea, but no, it's not Gundam based. But I want people to guess more. Like, give me a hint of what you think it is. Like, I can give you a hint. It's superhero. Okay. But it's definitely one of my most advanced builds. I have another one which I'll show tomorrow. I think I finalized it yesterday and a couple pieces on it, but it's similar in color to this, I could tell you that.
Okay. Tell us about this bot here. Tell us about this mech.
So, like I said, this mech took me a long time to do. See the hand. Using the C clips, one by one with the C clip.
Okay.
And these were helicopter propellers.
Oh, yep, small helicopter blades.
But the ratchet things broke. Like I found them that way.
Oh,
so
really?
I was like, oh, that's.
So for those of you who don't know, this size helicopter blade or propeller blade, if you will, typically has a ratcheting end on the inside to attach to a male ratchet piece.
Yeah.
And that would allow it to fold up and fold out, and it helps to keep it at a 90-degree angle for those helicopter users. So.
Yeah, and so like I found them broken, and I actually have two in dark gray.
I don't see them on there. Did you cut them off?
No, they broke off. The ratchet.
Oh, they were just completely
broken off. So I had to like
sanded it down afterwards.
No, that's how I found them.
Wow.
It's weird. And I've had these on this for a long time, but you could see like somebody filed this down. So I was like, I could probably use that in a way. And originally I had it where the arms could be flipped around a little bit with some pieces. I could still lower this.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want, I could take this off. And then I could lower this, and it could be an extension, like blade.
Dave says, this is so complex, the ribcage set was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I just put these two arms on it earlier, and then I was hoping it would fold in. So now they're kind of like holding hands, if you could see here.
Yeah.
But it fills it in a little bit.
Out if you're trying to show something. Put it on this side because that's where the light's coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see it's like overlapping here. C clips here.
Cool.
And then can't really tell, but how this rib cage is there's a 4-length bar in here going from this C clip to this, and that's how I could fit all this together.
The arms and stuff.
But this is another plate out from the 1x2 with the bar on it. So that way it gives it the whole like skeletal vibe on both sides here. These two are not Lego. I just found them and I thought I thought it'd be really cool for the sides here to.
So Lego purist, if you're listening, um, those are not Lego pieces. Don't criticize him for that.
Yeah, don't criticize me.
As per standard brick world guidelines, you may use other brick. They do not have to be Lego.
So I made it work, and then I made it so these could fold up.
Awesome.
I got a bunch of shoulder cannons, blasters here. Yeah. Very.
You know, Dave, you were talking about a head earlier. I don't see a spot where you could even mount a head. Really? I mean, I see one spot that might be. If you guys have an idea, where would you guys think his head would go? I've got one idea. If you have an idea, let us know. Again, we're just going over our mech moments here with Dave, showing off his self project here, his mech. He had his sixth of his sextuplets that he showed us yesterday, his little AIM mechs, and then this is the first non-AIM one that he's showing you guys in public ever.
Yeah, and then like I could show you that that's the droid body here.
Oh yeah, I see it in there.
So it's held in by the two droid arms, and then I can just fold it in.
Okay.
And then if I turn these a little bit, it helps me get the whole like chest
angle right
and everything, because it's just held by that little stud. So it really works to fold this in. And then you can see here.
How's it going, Josh? Your brother's watching now.
Two more of those. What's up, Josh?
How are you, brother?
How you doing?
Yeah, please like and share this video too, guys. The more viewers we get, the more we'll keep trying to bring this stuff to you guys. And it tells us what you guys like, what you guys don't. Also, please be sure to like and subscribe to our new YouTube channel as well. Link is in the description, and that'll help us get some live action for our hopeful Brick World Chicago coverage when we get there. Yeah. We're looking to try to get 1,000 subscribers by then.
So the feet are on the ball joint, and then I could bend them this way, but I can move them a little bit differently too. As you can see, there's another arm right here. I face out the way. And then I'm using these other ones here to brace it. And then this is a little Technic part here. And so it's got a hole in the top here, which is why I got this on the bottom. And then this is for axles here. So I put a 3-length bar here, and then you just flip it together.
I will definitely say this is one of Dave's more complex, possibly his most complex mech he's ever had.
Yeah, this definitely is.
There's a couple little ball joints right in there. Of the small ball joints you usually find on like the mixels, but there's a lot of bars, a lot of the pneumatic T-clips, T-pins, if they want to call them that.
Yeah.
And a lot of clips. There's a lot of clips on this thing.
And then I can open this up a little bit.
Do you have an idea of how many C-clip or C-clip parts you have on here?
C-clip, like in general?
Like, well, you got a 1x2 C-clips, you got C-clips in the hands.
Yeah, I would say there's probably like 10 different...
10? No, I mean like total parts.
Oh, 10 C-clip related parts?
Including all the droid arms.
I don't know.
I'm looking at probably at least 60 right now.
Yeah, there's a handful of them here. I mean, like I said, I wanted to make this really unique and have a certain like.
How's it going, Adam? Thanks for joining us today.
Style to it and everything. It just took me a long time to do.
All right, so let's see what this head looks like. I want to know what this head looks like.
To clarify,
I have not seen this at all.
So to clarify, the head is really simple. For some of you guys, you're gonna be sitting here like, I don't know what this is. Like, what's it for and everything. I don't know. The head is really simple. Do you guys want to see what the head's gonna be like? Here it is.
Oh, you guys can't see it yet, but okay. You guys ready?
Are you guys ready?
The reveal.
So to clarify, it's 3 different parts from a minifig. But it's the same minifig. But I wanted to use a little bit of a style because I wanted to get a little bit more facial expression from it.
Can't stop laughing. All right.
I told you it was really simple.
Are you guys ready for this? Here we go. At least my head mount was right. You guys
Well,
can't, if you guys
I
can't
couldn't
see,
figure out a way to do the head, and then that part came out, and I was like, oh, I could use this jumper, put that there.
This is Ultron's head. I can't remember which version of it is, but this is Ultron's head. Looks like it's on a. Yep.
So this is from two different Ultrons, Ultimate Ultron and the little micro fighter Ultron head. And then let's get the head out of this real quick.
That's funny. But I was right about the pin. I was right about the 1x2 with the pin on the side. At least my head mount was right, but I did not expect such a small, tiny head.
I said it was going to be really
It
simple.
looks pretty cool, though. I'm not going to lie.
Having a little trouble with the head. Hold on. Yeah, stuck into that.
We're having some brick difficulty, Lego with
Brick
that awesome clutch power that Lego is so well known for. It's giving us problems.
Okay, here we go. Okay,
back to the show.
Okay. So then this is the Mighty Micro head here. And it's got the most character in it because you can see the white of his beady little eyes. And then this top head actually has some decal on it, and this is from the Ultimate Ultron. So this is already one thing for the Mighty Micro, but this is from the Ultimate Ultron because his bottom half's got printing on it as well. So I thought utilizing all three would give it a nice character, like.
She gets it to focus on this camera.
Yeah. So then I could just put it together. In a second.
You guys have any comments about Dave's mech? Do you have a name for this mech, by the way?
This is my
Ultron mech.
Like my Supreme Ultron, I guess you could say.
Ooh, Ultron Supreme. I like that.
Because there's the Mighty Micro, the Ultimate one, and then there's just like the Ultron Sentries. So I wanted something big for Ultron because he could create himself from all kinds of stuff too, utilizing the best two metals in the Marvel Universe, Vibranium and Antimantium, however you want to say it. So that's how I have it.
Redaction here. Arms.
Yeah, so I mean, works really well for him, and then the colors and everything are all the same. I think eventually I'll add more like silver.
These little horns in the back here too. So.
Yeah, I wanted to use that as kind of like wires or something, or like a pression hose going from one end to another.
Mm-hmm.
So it works really well.
Cool. Awesome.
So this is my Ultron, guys. This is the one I've been telling you about. Ultron is by far like top 5 favorite Marvel villains. So I worked on this way before Ultron got revealed as a minifig. I eventually wanted to make something relatable to him, and I was going to design my own head. And then like months later, as I was really getting involved with this second year, they revealed Ultron coming out for minifig scale because the movie came out.
Yeah, Dave over here says he was trying to make a Megatron head before, but the face building is not that easy.
No.
Face building is not easy.
I've seen people make Transformers out of Lego.
Yes, you can find decent mocks about Optimus Prime, and I think there's actually a transforming Megatron that turns into his gun anyway, at least, as well, that's available online. Mm-hmm. There's definitely some cool directions and stuff in there, probably at rebrickable.com, or maybe brickvault.
There's a YouTuber who does a lot of micro transformable robots, and recently he or she or them have been making bigger ones, a little bit bigger, that are it's almost like a Rubik's Cube kind of ordeal, where they just start twisting stuff around, and it goes from a vehicle to a bot, and I'm like, I give you props for all the time you put into
making one building or one build, but let alone a build that transforms. We actually had one earlier with our October's pumpkin bot that we did. The idea for it was really good. Both models that we transform into were really good. but transforming it, it definitely had some problems where it was fragile and like to fall apart a lot.
Very
So,
fragile.
because it was only pretty much every limb was held together with a stud, single stud. So it was pretty rough. But who knows? Maybe we'll have another one in the near future that's really cool that will actually be a little better, and well designed. We've been playing around with some tech here for that as well. So, speaking of tech and builds and everything, we will probably be doing a little online class. If anybody's interested in learning how to design their own sets virtually, especially because we're all kind of sheltered right now and stuck at home, there is a software out there called Studio or Stud.io, put on by Bricklink. It's completely free, and it does take up a little bit of space just because of all the different models and all the different parts, because they've been continually adding those.
I would say so.
And Bricklink is actually now owned by the Lego Group, so there's a lot of other new colors and parts that are getting added as well from that end. So we probably will do a little online class, trying to see how well the shared screen works for these streams and everything else, so that we can kind of do a whole little class together. Maybe we'll even set it up as like a GoToMeeting, or everybody's been using that Zoom software now, so maybe we'll do a Zoom class about that as well. One of my buddies actually is having his daughter's birthday through Zoom now, because we're stuck at home now for an even longer period of time. So we'll be doing a virtual birthday party.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about today in the next few days what we're gonna do for this month, because this month is gonna be rough. I mean, we're already 3 weeks in. Some people have been home already way before some of this started coming to bigger announcements and more rule based, like, nope, you need to stay home kind of ordeal, and more businesses closing. So we're gonna figure out something else more interactive to do. We are loving doing this alpha brick builds with us.
Yep, it's been fun.
And we're enjoying that, but I mean, in less than 2 weeks, that's going to end. So I think towards the ending of that, like the last few days, I think we'll start doing another thing, and then go from there for the rest of the month and make it more interactive. Maybe we'll do 2 different streams in a day, or maybe we'll extend the stream longer, where it's 3 hours long and we do one.
How's it going, Melissa?
Hello.
Melissa's actually another one of my friends that we were talking about.
Awesome.
One of our mutual friends is having that virtual party, so it's been pretty.
Awesome.
So, Melissa, I hope you're having a good time with the kids and stuff at home. If you're available, I'm sure my boys would love to hang out. You guys are practically across the street, so I'll run it by Sarah. She's probably watching still too. But I think as long as both of our houses are safe, I'm sure we can try to get together sometime. And then if any of you at home are interested in streaming with us live here, anywhere across the country or the world, let us know.
Maybe we could do a game,
more
like
guests on here.
A card game or something, where like you're at home doing your, if you got the same game, like Cards Against Humanity or something. Maybe not Cards Against Humanity, that's not fully appropriate.
We'd have to do that on our YouTube channel separately for adults.
Yeah, that would have to be separate. Maybe we could do like Go Fish or something with the kids, and we do that. So it's more interactive. So at least they're having activities with us, but at least we're not in the same vicinity to keep everybody safe.
Yeah. And make sure you guys, of course, washing hands, staying that minimum distance that you need to away from anybody else, socially that you don't know. We think it's kind of crazy. We understand that, most people have other family members and stuff that are living at home, or friends that they are roommates with, or anything else like that. Of course, you're going to be around them. You're going to spend time with them. We understand that. That's you're expected to do. I've had more fun with my kids in the last week or so than probably the last 3 months, just because we're all stuck at home and having some fun together. So we've actually been starting to play Minecraft with each other.
On a nicer day, we gotta have a Nerf war, like I was talking about.
Yeah.
This guy's got a whole
watching,
this guy's got a whole Nerf
close
armory.
Friends, we thought about turning our entire, and those of you who have joined us in our party room before, we thought about taking our entire party room and turning it into a Nerf gun war zone. And maybe we'll even
2 teams of 2.
Maybe I'll find somebody who's got a what do they call it?
The vest.
Cameras. No, the cameras.
GoPro.
The GoPros. A little GoPro. It will have a little GoPro head cam action.
We can get really intricate too, because the darts and the little target vests are real cheap. You can get 100 for $30 or something like that, and then the vests are $10, $12.
Yeah,
you get a vest, be like, "Ha, I hit you there, I get 10 points." So it's like we talked about that a little bit because the kids and him have a lot of Nerf guns. I only got 2, so it's like I'm not gonna buy another one
Yeah, you
right
don't want me
now.
to get my crossbow or my machine gun out.
But it'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Nerf guns. So yeah, if you guys have any questions at all, now's the time to ask. If you guys have any comments about any of the world happenings or anything else like that, feel free to chat as well. We have no problem sticking around a little bit longer to talk and show off some things. I don't know if
you guys want to talk about it with us, like how you feel, how we feel with all this. I don't mind having a little bit of banter when it's relatable to that. We don't even have to talk about what's going on in reality. We can just talk about Lego, or we could talk about other interests we have.
Talk about Millennium Falcons.
We can talk about this. This thing is awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice new model Millennium Falcon here with all the single action openings here.
Finally, after 2 decades?
Yeah, it opens very easily compared to a lot of the older models. And you can see inside.
I don't know where this came from.
I think there was stuff on one of these. Yeah, we'll find it somewhere. We're going to rip it apart anyway. So this is one of those multiple sets we were talking about before, the Star Wars sets we're working on certifying. And by that, we actually take all the parts, rip the entire set apart, and then count everything. We make sure all the decals are on correctly. We make sure all the parts are here. We make sure that nobody put a sticker on upside down or anything. All the minifigs, everything else that's supposed to be in the set are here. So this is one of those sets that's going to be certified here shortly. We also are working on the newer, I guess you can call it UCS Yoda build as well in the back.
Which has been sitting here for
a week or 2.
Sorry.
Dave started taking it apart and he's left it alone for the last week.
No lie. I started doing it on the last day we worked. And I got to just a bare minimum of his head, and then I have been here working. But I do plan on finishing it because I'm the one who started it. I do know almost all the parts are there, plus the spare parts that Sarah, his wife, has at home. So it's going to be good to have in the shop. I think it's a really cool Yoda build. I think it's better than the original one, although the head's a little...
Yeah, the eyes scare me the most, I think.
Little bobbly because it's held together on one Technic axle bar. It's weird.
And then back to our news about our online site. We have a lot of new unbox and retired new unbox sets up there right now. I've got about another 25 retired sets to add today. And then we've got our whole light box set up here that we're going to start taking photos of some of our used sets and get those posted as well. So if you guys are looking for some of those lesser expensive sets or more unique sets, we have some of those here. We also have a couple custom, we'll just call them super plumber builds that we're gonna post up as well. Those are kind of cool.
2 more cracked parts.
So you can find cracked parts everywhere. Are they cheese wedges? Yeah. Cheese wedges have been a thing that.
Can you?
I think in the last 3 weeks.
Reinforce the cheese wedges.
The cheese wedges crack.
They crack like dry skin. I can't put lotion on these to fix them. So
no, but you can't put CA on them. We don't mention the G word here at the store. If you guys don't know that, the craggle is something that is never mentioned here in the store, to say the least. And but yeah, so if you guys have any questions or anything, let us know. If you guys have anybody that you're interested in seeing on the show, let us know. I know we had some people mention before that they were curious about getting Jang bricks, or who was the other YouTuber that they were talking about? It wasn't Jang. It was.
Do Ashen Flash. We could do M&R.
Well, yeah, no M&R, but there was someone else that they wanted on here that you weren't too happy about.
Oh yeah, not feeling it. I mean, hold on.
You know they can hear you from over there. Hold on. They can hear you still over there.
Oh, they can hear me.
Oh yeah.
Digging through Lego.
They probably hear all the.
Let me clarify that. I'm fine. We can talk to anybody. I am perfectly fine. I got no personal vendetta against anybody. But there's people I like more than others. And that's a human thing. It's okay.
Oh, of course.
So we can have whoever wants to come on board with us. No problem. Because then maybe things will change. Maybe my perspective will change. I don't know.
David's question, if we need more bricks of a specific color, would you guys ship out your large in-store bags filled with random colors? Yes, we will. We will ship essentially anything. We just have to take some time to calculate the shipping for it and get it sent out.
And find all the parts.
And then, what's that?
Find all the parts.
The parts? Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a specific color, it may take some more time just because, we have a lot of people that are asking, like, oh, do you have magenta? Do you have dark pink? Those colors we might have a few of, but it's very few and far between, just because we had a lot a couple months ago. I think when we had Fox over here, we had a ton that we had just put out, and within about 4 hours, all of those colors were gone. So
All of them. All of them.
they go really quick. So if you're looking for the light pinks, the dark pinks, the magentas, the teals, the greens, especially green brick. I don't know why green brick goes so quick. Everybody's been doing landscape work for Brick World. And right now, too, is also a really hard time to find parts because right before we had our shutdown, everybody was starting to hoard parts for Brick World. And their big mocks that they're working on.
I was going through some parts at home.
Yes,
Some of the same
you were
parts.
with some parts here.
Turns out I got some of the same parts in 2 different bins. I was like,
a lot of those
what
parts.
am I doing?
A lot of those parts did unfortunately get taken, but we do still have a lot of specialty parts. We have a lot of projectile launchers available in the small and large ones, the spring shooters. We've got some extra windows and printed parts back there if you guys are looking for certain printed parts from your sets. We've got a lot of translucent colored parts if you're looking for the red, especially. We have a ton of red, light blue,
red, blue.
We don't have a lot of
orange.
We don't have any more light blue studs in our stash anymore. We had somebody that picked us some up for some water that they did. So we'll probably have some in the bins, but not in the cup anymore.
In the cup your wife brought?
And no, the ones we had in the back already.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find that.
We have a lot of different parts that we've been having here, and of course nobody's been into picking it out. So, and even if you just want a random bag of brick, we will definitely set you up with something pretty cool and send it out. We just need an address, and then of course money. Got to do some credit card payment. But in the meantime, we have a lot of sets again on our website, on our e-store that's posted in the description above. We do have our website still up and running, which is bricksandminifigs.com/Crest Hill-Illinois. If we're any upcoming events when they start up again. Unfortunately, we were going to get ready for our alpha or our April make and take build that we usually design in house as well, which now, of course, is going to be our May make and take.
Well,
so we might do 2. Maybe we'll do a pair.
We could still make it and just sell it strictly on the website for the month.
We did have a comment saying that we should do toilet paper, like a toilet paper roll.
Yeah, I know. But
so if you guys think that's funny, we'll go ahead and do it. If you guys think it's hashtag too soon, then we'll just avoid it.
White 2x2, 2x3, and 2x4 bricks.
We'll have a big thing, Right. You have to set up like a whole little bathroom, or maybe we'll do that little mock that we saw at little superstore with people running outside of toilet paper. So anyway, that's really it for us. So let's get any other questions. We'll be back again tomorrow, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, live on the same BAM channel, same BAM time. And we'll be going over our winners for the new letter
F.
Letter F, as in Frank, or Freddy.
As in friends.
We will then also pick our next letter tomorrow, about 5 to 10 after.
And I'm going to have a new robot for you guys to see tomorrow. It's got
new Mech with Mech Moments
a lot of gray and dark gray on it. But this one's going to be another intricate.
Do you have any blue mechs?
I had a dark blue one. That was one of the first ones I showed off.
Yeah, if you guys have any mechs at home you want to show off, please send those photos and stuff into us as well. We'd love to see what you guys are making at home. I know Dave's this is day 7 or 8 now that Dave and Christopher, my son, have been showing it off. Their mechs. If you guys have been building them at home, let us, send us some photos. We'd love to see them.
And honestly, it doesn't even have to be robot. It could be a creature or something. Ryan over here yesterday was talking about how my build yesterday, my Oni Titan was a mech. That's not a mech.
Oni Titan mech.
It's not a mech. It's not even. It doesn't even say mech on the set, nor in the description.
By definition,
it is a mythical, being.
Anyway,
no mech. There's no robotic. Parts. It just is big and it does stuff like a robot.
We already agreed to disagree on that, Dave.
No, you agreed to disagree. I was disagreeing with your statement.
So anyway, if you guys are also just playing with Lego at home, we'd love to see any little home videos, home clips of any builds that you guys are doing, any just anything you guys need going on with Lego.
Yeah.
We'd love to know that we're not the only crazy people still playing with Lego.
It'd be cool? If somebody at home made a Lego board game and then we video chatted and we played it together. Be kind of cool.
Okay.
Like,
Or I can't remember what it's called. There was that Lego
Guess Who
Guess
game?
Who.
Oh.
If you guys have, I think we still have one here at the store. If you guys have that Lego Guess Who game at the store, we could do a live Guess Who.
Right,
against each
because
other.
you see one side and we see the other. So either
Yep.
way, if it's video screen,
No
back,
cheating.
I like that idea. Who's ready? Who's ready? Bet you I'll win. Bet you I won't.
Or maybe we could do chess of some sort.
You do
You
checkers.
have to let us know where your pieces are, so we can.
Right, we can just do the same. You could build a checker game at home, and you gotta let us know if it's the same color or not.
You know what I just thought of? If we made a Lego Risk game, it would take us the entire 30 days to finish.
Yeah, I got time. It's gonna take us 30 days to figure out what pieces we're gonna use.
Right.
Building it.
Well, it's easy. You
The
choose like
rules-
things. You make tanks with little howl studs and a little T-bar.
Well, you
and
get the
a little
roller
thing there.
skates with the wheels, and you just put something on top. There's your
Tank.
car,
Boom.
tank, whatever.
Oh, what about the stud with the little little
That-
panhandle almost?
Not the little peg like this.
Yeah, but
It's the one by one
yeah, but
with
it's just on the side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do that.
that'd be good for the top of the tank. See, we're coming up with ideas already. We're not even making the thing. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, comments, anything else, let us know.
Technically, I already make those little statues.
be sure to check out our YouTube channel, like and subscribe on there. Ring that bell so you can get the notifications as soon as we post those photos up. And then follow us. Check out our e-store, available online right now, which is in the link in the description above. And then just help us out if you can. If not, we look forward to seeing everybody as soon as this continual 30-day shelter at home is over. Hopefully it's only 30 days, but we understand that the health of everybody is priority. So we want to make sure that all of you are staying safe at home, staying healthy. If you guys have any of those dry cough or symptoms, high fevers and stuff, make sure you get it checked out. It turns out I actually had a friend who might have had it early February.
Oh, yeah, that was another
she
thing.
posted up and she didn't even know. She went to the hospital. They thought she had pneumonia and the flu.
That was
and
another
she
thing I actually just
got
found
billed
out.
for everything. So
I just found out too. My uncle who lives outside of New York, he was not feeling well, and so
New York's been hit bad.
They gave him like a 14-day leave, and they sent him home. As far as I know, he's okay right now, but it's concerning.
Yeah, and if you're at home and without work or anything else, make sure you guys check out a lot of the different acts and stuff they've got going on for the coronavirus. They are trying to help everybody out. I know FMLA is one of the things as well, but they were also offering like 2 weeks full paid vacation or full vacation, paid leave, and then like 2/3 paid leave until with FMLA if you guys are eligible for that. But just double check because there are company size restrictions. Like for us here, we're under 50, so it doesn't account for us. And then if it's over 500 employees, it doesn't count for them too because it's just standard FMLA guidelines. But if you have like 100 people in your business, you might be eligible for some extra money and some time off especially to stay home with kids as we continue to wait on schools to reopen.
Oh, right. So that small business insurance thing doesn't really work.
Well, we don't know about the insurance thing yet. We're still working on that. So hopefully we'll get something. And Melissa, if you're still watching, we might need some help with that insurance stuff possibly. So. She might as well hear.
I did see another thing too. For those of you who are big music fans and just like going out to concerts and stuff, Live Nation was doing. I think just started.
There was like a huge benefit concert or whatever, like virtual concert.
It was like they're doing some kind of like interactive home live experience for concerts and stuff. Through their app and website. I got something for it. I haven't looked too much into it. So for those of you who want a little live experience,
live entertainment,
little intimate experience, I guess you could say, for a concert, look into that.
I know that. I think it was iHeartRadio. Is that what you're saying? What was it that was putting that on?
No, it was Live Nation.
Live Nation, but I think iHeartRadio was doing a thing too. Where they were offering to, they had like 25 artists or something that were going to do something with it as well. So
Elton John just did a home thing with several different artists, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I heard that was really.
So there's a lot of other entertainment you guys can find at home, and I know a lot of cable companies and movie channels and everything else have been offering free things for the next 30 or 60 days, whatever, too. So just keep an eye out, But we appreciate everybody who's been joining us. I've been doing this like weird blue tint thing going on. We appreciate everybody who's been joining us for the live streams and participating in that Alpha Brick Builds competition. We always love seeing those builds, and they get better and better every day. So keep on submitting those photos, and we will see you guys all tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
On the next one.
All right, we'll see you guys then. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
fine to be alone, just to find